Hello, and welcome back for another fun science talk topic with the naturalist educators at Truckee Meadows Parks Foundation. My name is Bradlyn, and today we're going to be talking about what this water balloon and the ocean have in common. To get started on this topic, let's first talk about climate change. The term climate change refers to a change in global or regional climate patterns attributed largely to the increased levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere due to the use of fossil fuels. The Earth is warming because we are emitting billions of tons of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. These greenhouse gases cause extra heat to be trapped in the atmosphere, so that the heat that otherwise would have been radiated back into space is instead staying and warming the planet. So how does this affect our oceans? Well, it turns out that about 80 to 90% of the heat from global warming is actually being absorbed by the oceans. The Earth's oceans can absorb about 1,000 times more heat than the atmosphere without changing their temperatures much, because the heat capacity of water is higher than that of air. The term heat capacity refers to the amount of energy needed to raise the temperature of a substance. So when we say that water has a higher heat capacity than air, it means that it takes more energy to raise the temperature of water than it does air. So to demonstrate this, I have a balloon, and this balloon represents the Earth's atmosphere. Before we get started though, let's make sure we put on our safety goggles. So if you're trying this at home, make sure you goggle up. All right, it's a little windy outside, so let's move inside to try this out. So again, this balloon represents the Earth's atmosphere, and the flame from this lighter represents the heat from the sun. So let's see what happens when we put the heat on our atmosphere. Whoa! All right, so we saw that once we put the heat on our Earth's atmosphere, the balloon popped almost immediately. So let's see what happens when we put it on a balloon full of water. Don't forget to goggle up. All right, so let's talk about what just happened. I held the flame under the water balloon for over 2 minutes and it still didn't pop, while the balloon filled with just air popped immediately. So like I said earlier, the heat capacity of air is a lot lower than that of water. So when I held the flame up to the balloon full of air, the air didn't absorb any of that heat and it all immediately went to the rubber, making it pop. However, when we have water in the balloon and we put the flame to it, the heat from the flame is absorbed by the water inside the balloon and taken away from the rubber, so the balloon doesn't pop. This demonstration illustrated how the heat capacity of water is higher than that of air. Therefore, it takes more energy to warm up water than it does to warm up air. The Earth's oceans are absorbing a lot of the heat from climate change, which is occurring in part due to the high amounts of fossil fuels being emitted into the atmosphere. So now we can think of some ways that we can individually reduce our carbon footprints. Some examples include walking or biking instead of driving, using reusable grocery bags and water bottles, and properly disposing of our waste by recycling what we can, composting if possible, and trying to send as few things to the landfill as possible. What are some of the habits you have developed to help the Earth? Leave us a comment with your favorite. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this fun science experiment from Truckee Meadows Parks Foundation. Be sure to let us know what your favorite part was in the comments. Have ideas for other scientific topics you'd like to learn more about in the future? Leave a comment below with your ideas. Until next time, don't forget to be a steward.